Good afternoon and happy early Thanksgiving to everybody out there.
Oh yeah.
Let's get everybody to chime in here, and we're waiting on Joe. Joe's going to be here shortly. He had a little. There he comes. He's trying to get. He's got a little technical difficulty. You got him. There you are. Are you in? Let's hear. Joe, can we hear you?
I can't hear you guys.
He can't hear us, but we can hear him perfectly and see him. How strange is that?
Can you hear me?
Yep. Check your settings, check your input. Folks, we are going to have a little bit of fun tonight. This is we wanted to come on because obviously we can't be here tomorrow night. There's just too much stuff going on. And we wanted to, make sure that we, got an episode out there for you guys. So please take the time to do the share thing because it is an unusual time period for us. So let's just take the next couple of minutes here. We're waiting on Joe to hit that share button and share it over on your page or on your social media, wherever. And let's get some people in here. We're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to go over some things that happened over the weekend and, just have a good time, man. This is what this is all about. Brandon, what in the world is going on in your world?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, you haven't been on for a while. So welcome back. Share the link. I am trying to get a shareable link here so we can get that over. There we go. I got it. I'm going to put that over on my own personal page, just like that. And let's see if I can do that. There we go. Right there. Come join us. Yeah. That's all you got to do. Come join us. There you go. Everybody. All right. We got it. All right. I did my part, you guys. So let's announce some people here while Joe's over there doing that. We've got Spooky Appalachia in the house. We've got Tommy Swigger in the house. We've got Nancy White. We got Tony Breeden over there, and Spooky Appalachia has made it in. Anybody else? There we go. There's Ashley. Hey, Ashley.
Oh, she made it.
Yeah, Ashley made it. Ada Cox is here. We got a Facebook user. I don't know who you are. Just type in your name because Joe's not here and I can't go over.
Hey, Cody made it.
Look, Cody's here. Jonathan Matthews. Hey. How you doing? So while we're waiting on Joe to get in here and get the technical issues all squared away, we have had some interesting. Scott. Hey, Scott. Welcome back. I'm trying to get Joe online here. He's having some issues over there.
All right, I'm back.
Can you hear us?
No, back up.
Yep, I'm on my phone now. I don't know what's going on. I could hear you guys at first, and then you couldn't see me. It's weird. Anyway.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd say it was a routing issue of some sort. I have to get that ironed out soon.
There's some holy water on it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I was actually using this earlier. I did an interview early this morning and had no issues at all.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I'm not sure what happened there. Chris Stewart, welcome. You finally made it to a live. Well, welcome, my friend. Welcome. This is the live. And this is Wild Weird Radio Live, everybody. Joe, tell me that's you doing that.
Oh, yeah, it's me doing it. Don't worry.
Okay. Folks, you can't see this. You can't see this, but it tells us when someone pops in. And
that way I can still run the dashboard.
There's two Joes on the screen. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's an imposter amongst us here.
Men in Black have finally found me.
They got us. Hey, Fish, welcome aboard. Lisa, welcome aboard.
Got Tommy Swigger. We got Nancy. We got Spooky Appalachia. Tony Breeden's in the house. We got Ashley Hilt. Cody Sharp. Facebook user. I'll figure out who you are here in a bit. Jonathan Matthews. What's going on? The Scott Holbrook. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, man. Glad you guys had a good time out there. Cryptid CON. It was awesome seeing you guys and spending some time with you. Chris Stewart, same with you, man. You finally made it to a live. That's right, buddy. And it was good seeing you this weekend too. Lisa Beard, Fish Belly. Yeah, good times. I think that caught us up there.
I think we got it all caught up. We're good. We're good. We're good. Folks, we had a very we had an interesting weekend. Let's just say that.
That is a fact.
We had a very, very interesting weekend. We pulled off Cryptid CON, and we pulled it off pretty well, I think. We had
Oh yeah. Whoa.
That's interesting. We had a very productive time at Cryptid CON. Let's just say that. I think
it was fun.
That works, right?
Yep. Everybody had a great time. We had a great time.
Yes. Yes. The presentation went very, very well. We got to meet some people. We got to talk to some people. We got to hear so many accounts. I lost count of of how many there were.
I'm just hoping that half of the people that gave us accounts actually go to the website and fill out a report.
Yes. But yeah. So how many of you guys were here last Thursday? And you got to hear, these always happen while I'm bowling. Nice to be able to make it to a live. There you go.
So that wasn't us. Don't blame us.
This time. Ike Faber's here. Ike was at Cryptid CON.
That's right. Ike was there with us as well.
Man, I met some pretty cool people there.
Yeah. Well, there were some cool people there.
Julie Bug, happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So how many of you guys were at Cryptid CON? Let's see you chime in over there. Let's start with the show itself. Let's just do a really good recap on that. It was fun as always. Obviously, we had a blast.
It's always one of our favorites.
Yeah, we had a blast. We got to meet some more people this year than before. Got to hang out with some different people.
Yeah, there was a lot of new faces. It was really cool seeing all the new faces because the last few years at Cryptid CON, we've had a lot of familiar faces that we've come to know and love. This year was a year for a lot of new faces.
That's right. And I have a list of some of the new faces, and welcome aboard some of you new faces. I don't know who all's here, but we've got did you get it?
I think so. Yeah, I have it propped up with a mold.
We should make a mold shaped like a phone stand just in case you need it.
That's what I need to do. I need to make those and we can sell those. Use Wild Weird Radio product. We can sell that.
We know we have JD Matthews here, and that is one of our new faces, right there.
Yeah, JD Matthews is one of the new faces, and I gotta say the pictures that they put up of us with him was probably some of my favorite photos from any event that we've taken.
Boone is here. He was there.
Boone, what's going on, brother?
Spooky, you're not a new face.
You're not a new face, and you weren't at Cryptid CON.
Just stop. So you new faces who were at Cryptid CON, you know what we were doing, and we told you what to do, and at least one of you did the thing to do, and we took some names while we were down there.
We did.
And do you have the thing with you, or is it?
No, I don't have it down here in the studio with me. It's across the basement.
I got you. Well, we're going to do a giveaway for those new faces.
I take that back. I have an opened version.
Okay, that's fine.
Give me 1 second.
Welcome, Sarah. Welcome.
Alrighty.
Yeah, there we go. So that is the giveaway. That is a creature replica. Yeti is what that is.
Yep.
And,
this is a sculpt designed by Gene St. Jean, and it is produced by Gene and Jeff Byers over at Creature Replica. We are giving away an in-box sealed version of one of these. Now, these guys have become increasingly rare over the years, very difficult to find, and I mean, they're really freaking cool.
Oh, they are. They're very cool.
They're super articulated.
Articulation.
Getting used to this camera because it's all inverted. But yeah, it's these guys are great, and they come with detachable bases, which are sculpted as well. The Yeti's is a ice platform. And it's got a mountain goat skull in there because
Oh, that's cool.
Got to eat
something would
something.
be complete without a goat skull from Gene.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the feet, if you recognize the feet, they're shaped like the Tipton cast.
Oh, man, that's some attention to detail.
Well,
And
Gene's
that
a stickler for
footprint
detail.
Mm-hmm.
is also right there in the base. So
Oh,
yeah, good times.
Yeah, it's a very cool. It's a very cool collectible figure, or you can just take it out and play with it. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. But we're going to do a drawing for that later on in the show, and that's for the people who are the new subs who decided to put their name on a list while we had down there at Cryptid CON. Now the rest of you guys, don't worry. We're going to do something for you too. We just you're not going to be able to win the Yeti, but you'll be able to get something cool. Trust me, it's all good. It's all going to work out good. Last week, we had a very interesting local sighting that took place. And that story continues to evolve at this point. There's a lot more data points that have gone on with this. I've talked to, it's been reported to other researchers at this point, and it is ongoing. Hopefully there will be more on this very soon that we can release publicly. And we'll talk about that then.
Yeah.
But I do need to know out of you guys here, and please, like I said, share this out because we need this to get out to as many people as possible. If you have seen any kind of strange lights or any kind of UFO type activity in the area, in your area, report it. We need it reported to us immediately. We're trying to get this data and position it on a map and see if anything makes sense.
And this can be from anywhere across the country because
it can be.
What we're plotting is a map.
We need dates and time and location. I don't care. We don't care about names, anything like that. That's not important. We just need dates and locations and times on this. And that's going to help.
And we're looking for recent.
Yeah, this is recent.
Within the last 2 weeks.
Yes, please. There has been other.
I saw something in 1998. Yeah, that's why we need it in the next 2 weeks.
And that's why we put that the 2 week disclaimer on there, bud. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people have seen some stuff, and man, did we talk to a few or what?
A few is an understatement. We talked to several people this weekend that have had so many various encounters. And it was really refreshing because we have seen this trend occur in the last, the last 2 years. It's been since the pandemic opened up and everything else started going back to normalcy. There seemed to be more and more people that were okay with the phenomena and coming forward with their sightings.
Absolutely.
And this show, I think, was a record breaker for those kind of things.
I would not disagree with that. Just for the simple fact that it kind of, like I said, when I made the presentation, I wanted to pull like everything that we've talked about all year and pull all that together and make it, into this cohesive package because it kind of tells the same story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before we even did the presentation, we were getting people coming up and just telling us literally, this is what happened to me. I saw this weird thing, orbs, lights, strange feelings, Bigfoot, UFOs, blah, 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 all these paranormal things. And it's like, yeah, well, I mean, stick around till 4 o'clock because you're probably going to be freaked out a little bit. And I think they were. I think that we got quite a few of those people interested. And I think that some of the people who were convinced that they knew what was going on went out of there shaking their heads.
Yeah.
And that's what I think anyway. I mean, that's how I kind of read the room. Black Tower's here.
Going on, Black Tower. Good to have you in the house.
So, how many of you guys have seen, and this is relevant, so I need to know this. How many of you guys have seen this year's presentation of Making Contact that we did? We did it at several places this year, actually.
We did.
I did it a couple of times solo, and me and Joe did it a few times. So, how many of you guys got to see the Making Contact presentation where we talk about?
So that would have been at Withville. Would have been
started
in
at Withville.
part at Ohio. We went a little Bigfoot heavy in the Ohio one though. And then
was
you
there.
at Mysticon
Yeah, I'm in Mysticon.
and the St. Albans event.
Which was extremely heavy. But we did throw it in at Hocking Hills as well. Some of it, not a lot, but some of it. Basically, and if you watched the show, you saw a sketch there.
Yeah, we did an episode.
We did 3-part episode of Making Contact where we put it all out on the table, and we talked about how, these things were possibly related and whatnot. And I do not know if you guys have seen it or not, but there's some news that is taking place at this point, and
fresh out the oven.
Fresh out of the oven. And we called that this was, we told you this would be happening. This was part of, it's been brewing now for weeks, and it's
all that forever ago.
Yeah, it's getting ready to really kick up now. So, but our old boy David Grush there says now multiple alien species are on Earth and UAP phenomena is ancient. That's a headline, and
yeah, it is.
It's just a tip of the iceberg as to what he was talking about. He was apparently on the Joe Rogan show, and quite an interview took place. But he also talked about how this was, basically a callback to things that have happened before, like Jacques Vallée, the whole terminology. Does any of this sound familiar to you guys? Grush shared his thoughts and talked about Dr. Jacques Vallée, his work on how UFO stories changed over time, such as people used to talk about witches and now they talk about alien abductions. What have we said over and over? These are just words. These are just, we're just putting different headings on these things, but it's kind of all the same. And then he goes on later to say things like, orbs, energy, these things are related, and that's what we've been saying. That's what we ran with in those presentations and tried to present in a way.
Yeah, and the one thing that we can thank for a lot of that energy.
I agree.
Adam Good is in the house tonight. What's going on, brother? But no, you're not wrong, Ron. There's so much of this stuff that we've covered and we've been covering and we've been talking about. We've staged the timeline literally since we started Wild and Weird Radio, our year in review. We've always put together this timeline, and it has advanced disturbingly in step with these predictions based off of current data. And part of that success in those predictions, I do believe, Ron, has to do with exactly what we preach week in, week out. Follow the data.
Yeah. I mean, you're spot on with that. I think that, if you're not, and I'll say it again, you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you're not.
Yep.
The Men in Black showed up.
No, it's a good point, man.
Yeah. The Men in Black showed up. They hit him with a laser in the face and his beard flew away.
That's exactly what happened to him. So here is what is going on. This is the big importance of the whole thing.
You want me to read that?
You can.
All right. So this states, for anybody who doesn't want to sit and read it, as long as the House doesn't kill the Schumer Amendment, which would be the greatest setback to humankind and U.S. history, literally, the presidential panel gets impaneled 90 days after the passage of the bill. If it doesn't get killed by Christmas, it will be in the National Security Act. The panel will be formed, say, February or March. Then They will have a 300-day process to develop an initial plan for the president. And I don't know if Chuck Schumer and his staff are being crafty, but the 300 days, if you do it out, is the election time. I don't know if they want to make this an election issue.
This worries me. If Thank you, Nancy.
You worried? Sky Daddy's here.
This worries me because if we make this an election issue and we start pointing fingers and saying, oh, this is that goofy UFO stuff, or oh, they believe in this, we're going to use it to ridicule stuff again. But on the other hand, if this is what they are saying, and then what we have been saying, that is the road work. That is the roadmap to disclosure.
Men in Black states that Brandon's beard is definitely not being kept in a glass case at Hangar 18.
Definitely not. So that was that quote you were reading was by Grush on the Joe Rogan show, and it does appear that they are moving forward with this, at least trying to push it. I would say even if it doesn't get picked up, if it doesn't get turned into this amendment, the genie's out of the bottle at this point, and someone's going to write a book, or it's going to be there. And I think there's too many people who now know that really, in spite of whatever they tell us, I think a lot of people believe what Grush is saying at this point.
Yeah.
And it's not just Grush, it's a bunch of other people. And, they've kind of validated that this is a real thing. The amendment itself is going to literally force their hands and make them reveal what they know about this.
So let's rewind a little bit real quick, Ron, because I want to get your all's opinions. There was a statement by Grush that there are multiple alien species on Earth. And we've already known the phenomenon was ancient. Like, there's no question there. But that statement was very direct.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you guys feel? And you in the audience as well. Like, how does that make you feel that there is a upper echelon government official who has a security clearance, who has the authority to speak forward, and was given talking points essentially to go over?
Right.
And this is one of those talking points.
That is one of the talking points. Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I'm honestly just trying to kind of digest this as we get more info. Remember, this just hit the wire not that long ago.
Right.
So this is one of those where we're seeing it for what it is. And what it was a program, right? So will there be more that comes from this? I'm going to be looking more at that. It's kind of like what they do with us. It's a podcast, what these guys are saying. Hopefully what you guys hear here, you don't just take our word for it and go run off and tell everybody. You go and do a little bit of research yourself, validate it from other multiple, news organization sites and whatnot, and then make up your own mind. But honestly, it really falls right into what I've been saying over and over again, that this is a real thing. That, you may want to call them, I think even Grush said this, you might want to call them ETs, you might want to call them extra dimensional. It doesn't matter what you call them. They are non-human intelligences. They are something that is far superior and predates us. And with this whole spin that, well, it's been here for, thousands of years now, and he directly quotes several known religious canon, I should say. He talks about Ezekiel and
the wheel.
Yes. And I believe he talks about the Vedic text. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what the
Vedic text and how the wars were in the sky.
Yes.
and how they parallel
War of the Gods.
are similar to modern UFO.
Yes. Yes, here's the direct quote. Grush also mentions Ezekiel's wheel and the Vedic text highlighted ancient depictions of aerial battles and phenomena that resemble modern interpretation of UFO encounters. He suggests that there is a real and trippy phenomena with an undermined origin, presenting itself in various forms, including orbs and balls of energy. Where have you heard that before?
Mm.
Grush highlighted the idea of an interdimensional or shadow biome cryptocurrency. I don't know what that means, acknowledging the multitude of theories surrounding the nature of UFOs. So basically, I think he just kind of went over a little bit of what everybody has said, just kind of, well, some believe this, some believe that. That's what
one of the things that he stated that stuck out to me was something that we've stated on the show multiple times in regards to the ultra-dimensional, extra-dimensional, ultra-terrestrial, extraterrestrial terminologies.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, does any of that even matter?
No.
Like, we have people in the community that fight over that terminology.
Constantly.
And even Grush was just like, you can call them whatever you want. It's non-human intelligence. At the end of the day, that's really where it's at. And hearing that, I was just like, that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
So Brandon, what do you think?
What do you think? Yeah.
Like, how does it make you
feel pretty validated. I feel validated, but I'm also kind of frightened by it because, like, that was one of the things where you wanted to believe it was true, but you didn't really want it to be true.
Right,
Well,
right.
yeah.
Like, that tracks. Like, because there's a whole lot of what if scenarios that pops up now.
Well,
that aren't so what if anymore.
There you go.
Yeah, and that one statement might have answered a question for us, but it brings up 1,000 more questions now.
Which is what
Pandora's box.
And it should. Yeah. It should. Here's another very interesting part of that, and this will sound familiar as well to people. You want to read that one, Joe?
Yeah, so Grush and Rogan further discuss human abilities and consciousness.
Human abilities and consciousness.
Grush mentioned the CIA Stargate program, which involved remote viewing. He shared a story about remote viewing involving a hostage situation and emphasized that there seemed to be a real feedback loop, confirming the accuracy of the information obtained through remote viewing. This was also stuff that you talked about and had been released by the CIA this past summer.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, no. This is the most important part of this. We just started putting it together at the same time someone else started putting it together.
True.
Like, it seems like everyone's starting to come to the same conclusion. Now I'm asking myself, who's the source? Where did it come from?
Well, Grush pointed out the work of Stanford professor Gary Nolan, which if you listen to this show, you've heard that name multiple times. And if you follow this phenomena at all, you've probably are familiar with who Gary Nolan is. He studied individuals with heightened abilities and observed increased activity in the caudate nucleus of their brain. They speculated on whether this part of the brain acts as a transceiver, allowing individuals to access information from higher spatial dimensions.
And there you go. I didn't say it this time. It's not me. I didn't say it. Did we say it? Did you say it? I didn't say it. None of us said it. We said it multiple times before, and you didn't really, it was just words. But now you've got someone on the official level saying the exact same things. We were right. That's what it comes down to.
So from the comments real quick, we've got Ada Cox says that they've been here for a while. Black Tower says, personally, I think the reason Congress is even talking about UAPs is so special legislation can bury it behind security issues and will hide any findings from us, just continuing to cover up.
It's probably true.
That's
on an official level. On an official level, I absolutely do believe that.
I'm just hearing about the Schumer bill. So am I correct in saying that if it passes through, it is mandatory for all agencies to compile UFO UAP documents to be released forward for national security? It seems that is part of it.
Yeah.
But it also is a protection bill that allows whistleblowers.
More whistleblowers. 'Cause
Yes, to come
still,
forward.
yeah, they still can't say
Without
stuff, right,
sanction.
Joe? Like, well, Grush is a good example. Whistleblower, smishbleblower. He can't talk about certain things like
Right.
Roswell.
Right. I can't talk about Roswell.
Right. But he can talk about other things. He has to be cleared to do it. So it's weird how this whistleblower thing actually works.
Right.
But
Because it's not true protection the way that
Yeah.
they build it at first.
yeah, it's going to be. If
It
this
will be.
passes. Yeah.
That's what this bill. That's one of the key components of this bill.
Right.
Bigfoot, Littlefoot made it into the house. Scott says, "I believe the Men in Black are extraterrestrials." It is, I think that a good percentage of them.
Well, I believe that was it Kellner? I don't know if it's called Kellner. I don't remember who it was. The new book. That's what he taught it. Got into it was he was saying that there are true Men in Black, and then there are the fake Men in Black. And
The other.
talk about a weird conversation there.
Yeah, with Point Pleasant, we've brought this up again in the past. If you go back and listen to the Mothman episodes from Mothman days past, there were
Days
suits that
Past.
showed up with black cars
That's great.
that seemed perfectly normal. And then there were guys that showed up in suits that were inappropriately fitting, like they were baggy or they were too tight or too short. Their ears seemed to be pinned back. They may or may not have had eyebrows. And when they picked up a mechanical pencil, their brain went into a loop that they just seemed to not be able to get out of.
Did they walk funny too? Like they weren't used to walking or something?
Oh, yeah. Like it was unnatural, I think is the way that they phrased it. Their movements were unnatural. There's a trend right now going around on social medias. It's this uncanny valley makeup trend that's going around on TikTok and Instagram. And some of those are dressed up as Men in Black. And they base their uncanny valley makeup on the old depictions from both Gray Barker and John Keel.
Huh.
They're really eerie.
That's very strange.
Yeah, weren't they like? Didn't they say they were super pale?
Yeah,
Like
some of them almost had translucent.
Olive. There's been
multiple
descriptions. Grush further acknowledged the existence of a variety of entities, but mentioned that the total number and the extent of their interaction with Earth are unknown. He highlighted the challenges in understanding the entities, particularly in terms of their physiology. Grush mentioned that he had discussions with people familiar with biological analysis, which implies that there is some understanding, but not a complete picture. Folks, they don't know what they are. That's what that basically says. But I want you to pick this apart piece by piece. Grush acknowledged the existence of a variety of entities, but mentioned that the total number and the extent of their interaction with Earth are unknown. So, Joe, does that mean that we're not technically extraterrestrial? Technically, there you go, Men in Black. That's true. So, does that, if we look at this and we try to dissect just that first sentence, what does that say about this so-called federation, this alliance? Does that mean that if it's real, then Earth has no actual clue of what goes on in it at this point? We've been kept in the dark on an official level, or is that all just something that's been conjured up?
Well, this alludes to the fact that we, or at least Grush, was in the dark. His department was in the dark about the involvement of these entities and how many of these entities, but they knew that they were here.
Yeah.
So that would, if that's true,
yeah.
If that's true that they have no idea how many or why they're here, that would, in my opinion, blow apart any kind of federation talk. Because you would think, this is thinking like a human, thinking from a military standpoint, anybody who anybody who is in a federation with an ally, or if you're here on, like, say, a peace mission or investigation, there will be people who are in on the whole shtick if they know you're there. If they know you're there and they know there's multiple species here, then it's almost certain that they'll know why you're here, or they'll be in on it to a degree. But you do have the running joke that's been around the internet for a little over a decade, essentially, that Earth is like the trailer park of the cosmos, and that when UFOs drop by, they lock their doors. So they might not want us in the Federation, and it might just be kind of them keeping eyes on us to make sure we don't blow up the rock.
Right. And I think that is a very good, I think that's a very good analysis of it, or a potential analysis of it, I should say. That we've heard this multiple times. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. You know, and we've been told, you know, by so many people for so long, that's why there are certain individuals who pop up on this planet to help point us in that right direction. You know, that's a part of the whole ancient astronaut theory, you know, that there are these important individuals who pop up, whether they may be the so-called ascended master types, you know, that we see that religions are based off of at this point, or better yet, we see people like Tesla, we see people like Einstein, we see people like Newton that have changed the course of history just by being there and coming up with these outside the box ways of thinking.
Yeah.
There are those who believe that they were planted there for that very reason, that, you know, which is amazing. Wait, what? Dave?
Yep, Dave's on.
David, happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Dave Spinks.
Earth is the library of life, so much so it's hard to kill it all.
Wow,
Speaking of Dave, if you guys want a good Dogman book, here's one right here.
That is,
yeah,
that is,
West Virginia Dogman by Dave Spinks.
I like this book.
Somebody we know made this cover.
I mean, I like the book other than the fact that I did the art, but I like the book because there's some really good reference material in that book. And we talked about that on our Puppy Dude episode. That's right, Puppy Dude. Back to the analysis. There was another very interesting part of this that I found, boy, we hit the nail on the head again on this one. We said when they were briefing Congress that they knew what was really going on. Now, if this is true, the very top part there, Joe.
Grush says that he and his colleagues who had special access confirmed this information by talking to about 40 people, including high-ranking officials. These people shared reports, documents, and their experiences, which Grush checked with other sources. Everything matched, and Grush became more sure that the program was real.
Keep going.
Grush also talked about filing a complaint about facing negative consequences, which we heard briefed during the last hearing. Keeping the identities of people who shared information safe, and how his claims about crashed UFOs became more credible and urgent. He explained that this complaint led to him giving classified testimony for about 11 and a half to 12 hours before congressional staffers and lawyers in December of 2022.
Stop. I want you to read that last sentence one more time.
He explained.
Hang on. I got this one. Hang on. That's a good one. So, folks, Adam Good, the executive producer, has unlocked tonight's very special blessing. I like the little guy just ducks down there at the end.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I like him. He's like, the other one's like turkey, and the other one's just like, I'm gonna give me some, you know. Cool.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Adam Good. You are forever the executive producer of Modern Radio.
So what I want you to read there was that he explained. Start right there.
So, going back, he explained that this complaint led to him giving classified testimony for 11 and a half to 12 hours before congressional staffers and lawyers in December of 2022. This is last year, folks.
I hit the wrong button. Hang on a second. Y'all got a freebie. Anyway, let me find this. Okay. That was last year. Not only was that last year, that was
almost what, 4 or 5 months before we even knew that Grush existed.
No. More importantly, that was December. What
It's
happened
always December and July, man.
What happened in January?
The last congressional hearing, or the big one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So when did the balloon fiasco start?
So, yeah.
It was the end of January, early February.
Angie.
Yep.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So what I'm telling you guys is this. This all makes too much sense. You've got what? This shape. All right. Hang on. Read some people's stuff here real quick. So
Tony says disc-shaped craft turning into a bell or acorn-shaped objects. Holy Kecksburg, Mothman.
Right. I know. Ashley?
It's our Black Friday special talking about the double.
It is. So, all right, guys, here's the thing. The balloons incident happens. The filters are turned off. We've been over this, but now remember what I said in the one presentation. Ufology is so nonlinear. This whole thing is so nonlinear. Mm-hmm. Every little bit of data we get just starts to confirm everything else. Grush just said that they had a 12-hour debrief on all of this and more that we don't even know about.
Oh no, this wasn't a debrief based off what I just read. That was him candidly talking and telling them. And it almost sounded like he was sharing stuff that should have been in a raft, if I read that correctly.
It should have been in the skiff. This whole thing.
Yeah, the skiff, not a raft.
Yeah, it should have been the skiff. All this stuff. Right, same thing. Skiff, raft, whatever.
Yeah,
but it should have been in a skiff, but he wasn't. Right. So they have this conversation, and then in January, UAP fever erupts.
Yeah.
How convenient. How convenient. And then all of a sudden, this guy just comes out of nowhere, Grush, comes out of nowhere with this story. Come on, guys.
I'm telling you, man, it doesn't seem like this came out of nowhere anymore, especially seeing that this was December of 22. Then UFO fever struck. This
was a well orchestrated.
This is a pond. And it moved.
It is a well orchestrated assimilation technique, I think, is what we saw. And man, it worked.
Oh, Adam was this week's On Wednesday We Talk Weird guest. After this, go check that out. What? He's a real interesting fella.
What?
I'll check that out.
That would have been a fun one for sure. I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
He's a very entertaining individual.
And you never know what Adam's gonna say.
Oh no, that's gonna be good. You guys be sure to go check that out for sure. So I think we just proved some stuff is what I'm trying to get at. I mean, it kind of sounds like we proved some stuff anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's not December yet, man. We're not supposed to be having this conversation.
We're a month early.
It's a few weeks, man. Just normally a few weeks, and man, they dropped one on us early. This isn't typical, so I'm curious.
Yeah, I figured this would be coming in the middle of December. I did not.
Yeah, because canonically, this should have been the middle of December. This should have been what the pre-holiday special show was about.
Well, I mean, look, that's December 22. That's when they
Right.
had this conversation. When we were making our predictions, they were having this conversation.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
So it makes me
Black
wonder,
Tower brings up a good one. Do you think there's a connection to all the wars in these UAPs, or is it a tool to keep us occupied?
hmm,
The UAPs have been around forever.
thousands of years at this point. When you say it, I mean, just based on the data alone.
Based on the data, if you look at the historical texts, if you look at religious texts, it's a long time. Like, I'm shocked that we've not, there was an old Weekdays or whatever, Weeklies or something like that comic, the single panel comic that always got put in the Sunday news of a T-Rex like skeleton chomping on a UFO. Like, I'm surprised we haven't found that.
Well, we probably have, Joe.
It's possible, but I think it was a little bit cleaner.
Right?
And possibly maneuverable.
But
anyway.
Is it related to wars? Now, this is a very interesting question because actually we hear this a lot in social media. Yeah. We hear the UAPs, UFOs, aliens, extra dimensionals, etc., being blamed for all of humanity's worst traits. It almost reminds me of the same thing that we hear with the whole in religion, the whole Satan thing. Yep. Truth of the matter is, we don't know, but that's the whole point. We don't know. We don't have enough data to say one way or the other that it's related. There is some relation, and that relation would be that some of these places are fighting over, how should I say this? What could be possible misinterpretations of ancient alien phenomena. Yeah. That's the best way to put that.
And it is possible too that some of these countries are seeing and observing some of this phenomena, and they're interpreting as one of their enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And they're blaming it towards one of their enemies, saying that you're spying on us, you're doing XYZ, and it is their justification to go fight. It almost happened during the Cold War, if you believe some of the stories.
Oh yeah,
totally, yeah.
So
but it also caused us to talk to each other.
It did,
and diffuse the situation.
It did, kept us from blowing up the rock.
It really did.
So, yeah, it's the increased sightings. I don't think necessarily that it's keeping us occupied. I think that people are just paying attention now.
People are definitely paying attention now because you've got everybody under the sun out there with a camera, and you have good cameras now, guys.
We do.
Let's be real. Our phones, most of the newer generations, the CMOS on these things, it's better than a professional grade DSLR was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you can go out there and shoot 40 megapixel images, somebody's going to catch something with some really good detail eventually. That's the way I see it.
Black Tower says, I don't think they're causing war per se, just more unintentionally bringing out more negative traits from the human race.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think we need help with that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm not pretty sure humans don't.
We're really good at that all by ourselves.
Yeah, humans are really, really wired for negativity, my friend. And
one of let's just and I'm not trying to get religious or whatever, but
preach it, brother Joe. Preach it, brother Joe.
Literally, one of the first stories in the spoken Hebrew text, with the Torah, which is Genesis with us, and the first 5 books. In Genesis, one of the first accounts is about 2 brothers, and one bashes the other's head in with a rock.
It's true.
From the dawn of time, humanity has been on record at being absolutely terrible all by ourselves. So I don't think that the sightings would draw out any of that extra negativity any more so than we're just professionals at doing it all own volition.
We do seem to be. We do
Yeah.
seem to be. And
Yeah.
that's why it's important for us to also understand some of these so-called metaphysical terms, as they call them now,
Right.
which is energy, vibration, intent, all that. We know for a fact at this point. Well, we don't know for a fact. I can't say for a fact. I can say we think we know for a fact at this point that these things kind of affect people, right? Like, so again, we'll use this as an analogy. We worked in a really bad place at one point. It was very negative all the time. Bad things always happened there. It was a negative place with negative people, negative. But we can do the same thing. We can get around positive people. We have these positive, great things happen. Good example of that would have probably been the powwow, would have been Cryptid CON, Mothman.
Yeah.
We had all these positive interactions because everybody was in a wonderful, wonderful mood. Right?
Yeah.
And that is what I'm trying to get at. So in the face of all the negativity and, fear and all this other garbage, when we all get together and have fun, that just ruins, this negative vibe. And you're proof of it. I mean, you tune in here every week and come to this. We're even on a different day and you're here. I mean, look at you. We're doing something right. Tommy
said, we had to get phone technology from alien intelligence. I mean, I still had a black and white TV in the 90s. And we actually referenced that many moons ago. Our cell phones are basically the magic mirror.
Right. That's the way I see it. It's just misinterpreted technology kind of thing.
Tony says, so we're eliminating the Darrow as a possibility. Then
who else?
Angie says manifestation. Black Tower says, I asked that because what people call demons are sometimes credited wrongly for causing things, where what honestly happens is that there's something about their vibration that the human psyche can't handle and inadvertently causes mental and emotional mood swings. It could be. It could be that.
Could be.
A lot of again, it goes back to some older episodes, older stuff.
Which is new to some people, so just go ahead and say it. I mean, it's just
a lot of the whole demon thing gets thrown down way too much. And what I said a moment ago about how humans have been just inherently just god awful from the beginning is something that I used to teach on a dang near weekly basis. And it would at least come up once, because everybody would always attribute things to demons or spirits or this or that or the other, or like, oh, you're being afflicted by such and such. You've got this and that. Well, show me where that's at, please. And then I would go on to explain about how humans are just terrible. And the demon thing is super duper rare, realistically. And a lot of things get attributed to demons that are just people being terrible.
Well, I'll give you another one, Joe. You're talking about the demon thing, right? The demon's pen. I know for a fact that the case that we talked about last week was interpreted on some places as demonic. It's probably not. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. It's just probably not. And the devil. But here's the funny thing. I know a lot of people.
Men in Black figured it out, guys. Demons stole Brandon's beard.
That's what happened. That is what happened.
I knew
But
it.
we do get a lot of people who think that, oh, you're making fun of this and you shouldn't be making fun of that. Well, here's the deal. I mean, sometimes you just got to laugh. I mean, it does not matter.
Fishbelly says 8 billion people living in relative peace. Things could be, you're right. Things could be a lot worse. Like we're
Thanks,
all in
Fish.
all, like things
Thanks,
aren't terrible.
Thanks,
they just
Fish.
aren't great.
No, but Fish is right.
Yeah,
You're
but
exactly
he brings
right.
up a very valid point.
Yeah, he brought up exactly.
A lot of people that talk about end of times, tribulation, this, that, the other, and things were so bad. Like if you roll that time card back a few thousand years, things were so much worse.
Oh yeah.
We just have a whole lot more people. Therefore, you have a whole lot more incidents and
let's think about just the 1800s. Say like you lived in London. You had to walk through ankle-deep
Sewer.
piles of poo that were piled up in the streets. You had plagues going around constantly because people couldn't figure out just to wash your hands.
People couldn't figure out, where's the plague coming from? It can't be the poo we're wading through.
Right.
You also had a government actively not caring about its citizens at that time.
Wait a second.
Not much different than now, but
I was
it was
gonna
worse
say.
back then.
Ashley says, I'm happy we don't die from diarrhea anymore. Usually.
Yeah, exactly. Dysentery.
Right, Ashley. It's the little things. So this is what I'm going to ask you guys, because we stumbled into this, and it's probably no coincidence. It's Thanksgiving. So apparently we're all thankful for not walking through poo. But what else are you guys very thankful for this this season? Let's put that out there as well. Do we have any other sightings out there?
The Black Tower is saying, I'm not saying there aren't harmful beings out there. I'm just saying that they don't operate from that level of state of being. Yeah, and that's
same thing, Black Tower.
Yeah, those entities are definitely there.
That's exactly
definitely there. We just, humans give it way too much credit.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, we'll get people, I mean, I've talked to a few, it's like, oh, you shouldn't make fun of stuff like that. Well, look, I'm not technically making fun of it. I'm making fun of you.
Fishbelly said, thankful, when you brought up the thankfulness thing, Fishbelly said, I'm 66 years old and have all my teeth. Hey, man.
There you go.
That right there.
That's what I want to hear.
That's 22 years old and don't have any teeth, so.
Angie says, of people of certain religions believe that all activity that is not perceived to be of God is demonic, and they don't have room for their belief system or for any variation. And I'm gonna step in just for a second and say it's not religions, it's sects or
that's a
denominations.
Denominations, right?
And really, even within those denominations, it's individuals within those denominations.
I would say
because I came from the denomination that it's all demons. We see demons under shadows, but I was logical. And so there are it's individuals that are there, and those individuals tend to be the loudest ones.
I think that's a good point. That's a very good point, because we have to say that. I know that a lot of people they'll say religion, or they'll say like you said, but it goes beyond denominations, because it can be just splits within. That's why there's so many churches, right?
That's why there's so many different churches and so many different denominations within Judaism, within Christianity, within Islam, even within the Buddhists. You've got varying Buddhists, because they disagree on certain aspects, and they're like, well, I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I'm going to go start my own little group, and we're going to do this way. It's not necessarily the whole religion. It's individuals that tend to be very loud within these small groups. And then it becomes a prevailing thought that this is how the whole thing is.
I'm going to agree with that. I think that's pretty spot on, actually. What else we got?
Oh yeah, Black Tower, to the thankful thing, to be catching this live for myself. Hey, yeah. This one was a surprise. We went up, we announced it early, and we're an early live for you guys, so that way everybody can enjoy the festivities tomorrow. I, however, will be working.
I will be out of town, and I was like, well, we got to do this for the folk, because everybody likes it. Oh my God!
Oh, my heart just grew 3 sizes.
I think it might have. Ashley, we're thankful for you.
Absolutely.
People like you.
Thankful for this fire. Yep. Fishbelly says demons got better things to do than run through the woods. Exactly. That's good. I'm going to use that one. I'm still on that one. I'll give you royalties the first 2 times I use it, and then after that, forget it.
That's going to be, that'll have to be used. You're going to have to work out a deal.
Yeah. Ada Cox, thankful for this show. No, I'm sorry. Thought this was a kid-friendly show. Sex. I'm from Appalachia, Ashley. Not all of us can have that proper Midwestern accent.
Oh, it's too funny.
I don't know if I was a demon, I would definitely run through the woods, but only because I love the wilderness. Yeah. You have a point.
I don't know. What if you're cursed to do it though?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good
What if
point.
let's think about this. What? Okay, let's maybe not demons per se, but you're cursed to do something like.
Hey, Chris, it's okay. You still made it in time. You're here for the party.
Yeah, you made the party, man.
Fishbelly says Stephen King pointed out years ago that most people at least have false teeth at one point in time. That wasn't the case. That's true. There's a lot of skeletons to prove that. One of the more famous Paraka skulls was a gummer and had no teeth. I think Ron has one of those copies in his possession because we got it out of a trade. And oddly enough, the trade was fixing dinosaur teeth, but we got a skull with no teeth.
I don't ask questions anymore.
Weird. And then Adam Good said, I saw earlier that I'm thankful for Sky Daddy Matthew McConaughey. What?
You know who we forgot? I forgot to message Pat.
Oh, Pat didn't know because it's not Thursday.
Yeah, I forgot to message him.
Don't tell him. Maybe he'll show up tomorrow.
Right.
We'll have to replay tomorrow.
I'll set it to auto.
Nancy says, I'm thankful for this show and I'm thankful for friends and family. And Nancy, we are thankful for you. You're awesome.
Absolutely.
Tommy said there were a lot of them in the demon squad for sure. Demon squad.
I told you that was going to happen.
Yep. Ashley says, I'm super grateful for my fake teeth. I'm super grateful for my fake teeth as well.
Oh, no, don't do this.
Thankful you guys haven't figured it out.
We're going to have to screenshot that one.
Go ahead. We're going to leave that one up there. You guys screenshot that.
Somebody and share that because that right there, that's hilarious.
Oh, that was great. Guys, y'all are awesome. We appreciate every one of y'all. And speaking of appreciating everybody, I don't think we did this at the beginning of the show. At least I wasn't here for it, so we're doing it again. This show is brought to you by our super chatters, the executive producer, Adam Good, Teresa of Teresa's Haunted History of the Tri-State. She's not here either. I think she's probably Dewey Edwards, the Deuster, Spooky Appalachia, we love you, Jimbo, Larry Hose, Guitar Chains Craig, Travis Rednick, Jeffrey Steele, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, Bigfoot, Littlefoot, Tommy Swigger, Terry Summerfield, and Sarah Ramsey. I'm reaching over to get and see the rest of those. I had to lean over. You guys are currently, the camera is standing on top of a tub of Lysol wipes with a mold behind it.
I don't know how you read that, but that was great. You did a good job. But yeah, those folks make these things happen and made this happen. That's for sure. Absolutely fantastic. It's great to come on here and be able to actually talk to you guys. And we are thankful for that because this is, like I said, this is something we wanted to do forever. And we finally got to do it. And it's because of you that we did get to do it.
Yeah.
It's just remarkable that you come on here. Like I said, we're on not even on the right day, and you're here listening to us babble on about, demons and UFOs, I guess.
And we've got like almost 3/4 of our normal crowd that hangs out with us on the live.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed on our current numbers, we have popped up.
Do we have the drawing ready? Are we going to do the drawing tonight?
Oh, I can totally do the drawing tonight. You guys want to do the drawing tonight?
Well, we're hitting that hour mark. Let's do that drawing.
You guys want to do the drawing? Let me know. Tell me you want to do the drawing. I'm gonna see if I can find the thing.
Black Tower says, "What site would you guys suggest for keeping up with the Grush material? News? It's not Newsweek. It's is it Newsweek?
Newsweek and Debrief will also pop it in there every now and again.
And Black Bolt.
And just Yeah, and just watch the group because
Yeah, if you're on Facebook, Black Tower, go over to the Wild and Weird Paranormal Talk page. Anytime something like that drops,
it's on there.
usually within hours it will show up over on the page. Either we will post it or someone else will.
Let me find the name.
Was there any breaking news wise you guys heard of at the convention over the weekend? Not particularly. We made some cool contacts, but we can't really talk about those at the moment.
We never can talk about anything.
I know. It's like Roswell, man.
That was good. Yeah, it's true. It was just like Roswell.
Yeah.
But
there is some news. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, real briefly, because there wasn't a whole lot of it out yet. But breaking news was there was some old world primate DNA found in the UK, and I've actually been one of the folks working with the kid since the discovery, and because this was a 14-year-old kid who discovered this in a footprint in the UK, which is very, very not wooded, but I'm telling you, they've got some weird stuff going on, and that's where I'm going to leave it right now, because there's it's weird. It's just weird. It's but there's stuff or something. It's one of those things where like it's something, and you can't deny it because there's eDNA traces of it. And if you're interested, we could post that out over. I think it's been posted a few times over on the Wild Weird Talk page, but now the company that did the eDNA analysis has published their own article, and I can share that over on the page because it's wild. Like there's stuff it's not supposed to be there. Yeah. Hey, speaking of all that stuff, what's the deal with the werewolf picture? It looks like AI to me, man.
Good job.
Thanks for bringing that one up, Tommy, because it completely slipped my mind because that's how insignificant it is. But I'm glad you brought it up, man, because there's a lot of people sharing that AI image, and it is absolute, for the Star Wars fans out there, bantha poodoo.
Oh,
it's garbage. It's AI, and like it's freaking good though. Like I can't look at it and not like it because I'm like, man, that's actually somebody took the time and they wrote out the prompts, I think, based off all of the Dogman reports from the Wisconsin era. And by the Wisconsin era, I'm talking about Miss Linda Godfrey's book, because a lot of the modern Dogman reports are like you've got this hulking He-Man dog creature demon thing.
I'm not sure what that is. I mean, I don't know if it's AI or if it's just a really crappy Photoshop job. Because
I think it could be a really crappy Photoshop job. You're right, and then just put some Gaussian blur on it.
Yeah,
and that had a lot of those mistakes. You could do the same thing, because what I think it was just AI with a prompt for motion blur.
Which it could be. And then they maybe it's not even that. Maybe that's why it looks different. Maybe they just did AI and then they motion blurred it themselves.
They could have, they could have took it in Photoshop from there. And
yeah. Because there's something there's a little more organic about it than just simple AI. And yeah, it does. That's my problem, Beth. It has those raccoon paws.
It's got raccoon feet or human-like feet, which is again raccoon feet. They're the only other. They're one of the few primates on the North American continent.
And I can't see AI, just popping that out as a.
Yeah, raccoons are one of the few non-primates on the planet that have thumbs.
Go ahead.
Anytime I see one that has no official report and it claims it's from a trail cam, I'm just like,
oh, geez,
it's going to be fake.
Right. No, you're right.
Not just that, but Ron brought up another valid point. How quickly it spread.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Thanks to TikTok.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of like the giant door crap on TikTok. That's still going on. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to that, but that's a hilarious story. I'm waiting for someone to go up there and get, fall off that mountain. That's what's going to happen. And, because it's just not as easy as you think it is to get out on some of those trails, and you're
I know a
getting.
few people. I hope that happens too.
Well, I'm just
Just
saying,
kidding.
you know, these are these these are content providers that are out there just making social media nonsense, and someone's going to fall off that thing because they don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way
Yep.
I see it, anyway. Beth is here.
Yes, Beth is here. She's the one that brought up the paw thing, the raccoon paw.
Well, I wanted to show this.
Yes. So, Beth, since you're here, Beth brought in a bunch of casts that we had not seen in person. I'd seen pictures of these, but she brought in a bunch of casts for Tom Shea and Cliff Bergman to go over and review alongside us to check out for the possible markers that we're wanting to see in Bigfoot tracks. And man, more than half of hers were perfect. They were exactly what you want to see. One of them was the opposite foot to one that we already had on the table, and was a perfect match for the opposite foot. And one of them had a multiple tracks within it,
Which was just insane. Yeah,
it just shows it's a high traffic area.
Yeah.
And there's that beautiful hat that was gifted to me by Larry Host. So, Ron, what'd you think about that when she showed up with that many track casts?
Well, I mean, she went out and said, you know, I don't really think anybody would be interested in seeing them because I don't think they're that good. And like, first of all, like, go get them, you know? And we expected her to come back with just like, I don't know, a couple.
A few. I expected her to come back with like 3 or 4.
Yeah, a couple of tracks.
So I sent her with a tote to go collect them in, which is what we normally pack our tracks in that we carry around.
To make it easier, right?
Yeah.
Back, you can't close the tote.
I just want to state that castle day.
What in the world just happened?
Oh, Brandon.
Oh no.
Brandon, the MIB got him.
Hang on, Brandon.
What?
You're buffering.
You broke up your internet, like you froze. Oh, so start from the top.
Just want to say.
So I'm just saying, like, even if you think it is a bad track cast, it's still data. You should still show people
cast it
so we can, because there might be a little detail in that cast you don't notice.
Oh,
like
my friend.
There might be there might be dermal indentation somewhere in there. You just can't see it.
Absolutely correct, my friend.
There was a lot of that in those casts, Brandon.
And this was Beth's first time ever making it to one of these kind of events.
Yep.
And man, it was awesome. It was
good.
awesome seeing her there. It was awesome getting to introduce her to the folks that, you know, we call friends that she was just didn't know what to do with.
Yeah, it was really cool. And she got some validation on her own and got some encouragement. And yeah.
First, the MIB took his beard and then they took his voice.
And there's old Marty. Somebody had mentioned old Marty.
Scott brought it up, meeting Martin Groves.
Yes. Martin is absolutely that's a ball of joy right there.
Yep.
That's all I can say about it.
If there was anybody that's actually the real Santa Claus, it's Martin Groves.
Martin. Yep. Absolutely.
Did he get to give his Dogman presentation?
Yeah, he did.
Was he presenting? I don't know.
I'm fairly certain he went and gave it.
I don't know. I don't know if he presented or not.
That's a great one. If you guys have never watched that, you should definitely go to watch it.
If he didn't give it in the auditorium, he gave it 1,000 times at the table because all the people that came to us telling us about it.
He gave it a table for sure. Because he's he's very, very good about telling his accounts.
We did not do that to Brandon. Stop taking our name in vain. Like we control your bandwidth all the time at a whim with this button here on the console, please. Who else has the Men in Black on their show, guys?
No one, man.
Nobody.
No one. That's how special we are.
It's funny because I just saw a Wi-Fi network pop up that said MIB surveillance fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happens, man. It's funny how that works, but yeah.
Bigfoot, Littlefoot said, I have a handful of hair samples that need looked over. I have a website that I'm going to send you to for the analysis of that. It's free to you. It's being done at the University of North Carolina. And you need to clip some of those samples into a paper bag, put that into an envelope, and then ship that to them for the DNA study. You'll know exactly what those hairs are at that point. And they will tell you the results as soon as they get the test done. But yeah, so Bigfoot, Littlefoot, shoot me a message over on Facebook, and I will send you a link to that project.
So for you folks who didn't get to come and see the presentation, I got a little bits and pieces of it. Some of you've seen it already, some of you have not. I'm going to just play that little intro part for you, just because. And I'm going to have a few of these for you as we go. I'll put like a couple of 30-second ones or 1 minute ones up or whatever. So be watching. We're gonna do that. But this is how it started.
Wanted to make you all aware of and get you very excited for some neighbors here, some people right next door to Kentucky. People I have a tremendous amount of respect for. Very much enjoyed all the conversations I've had with on our podcast and listening on other podcasts. And so you should be familiar with Wild and Weird West Virginia, but if not, you're about to be. And also the West Virginia High Strangeness Collective. Both of these gentlemen do fantastic work, not just in the field of Sasquatchery, but a whole host of other disciplines, let's say other fields that really require a lot of attention and that people are very interested in. And so in the interest of maximizing their time, I won't go too long in their intro, but could you make some noise and give a warm welcome to Joe Perdue and Ron Lamb, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Lexington, Kentucky.
We are, as was mentioned, the West Virginia High Strangeness Collective. That is our research initiative, and we question everything. Now, that is a very interesting thing because there's a lot to question out there in the woods. So let's go over this really, really quick for you guys. Oh yeah, by the way, we
forget to tell people this. We
Always
were the
forget that.
2022 Bigfoot Researchers of the Year. Thank you. Basically,
thank you guys.
Basically, what that translates to is like we were the weirdest of the weird people out there, and
This is true.
Yeah.
So, one of the biggest issues facing today's researchers is literally this. And I can think of no better way to present it to you than that, right there.
The want to believe. It is a crucial misstep, essentially, into this field. You always see pictures of I believe or I'm a believer, things of that nature. The problem is belief requires faith.
Belief is irrelevant in the quest for data and for research. The data literally doesn't care about your feelings, right, Jeff?
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly. So what we try to do is get away from belief systems, biases, and the whole school of thought that we know what's going on, because we really don't. There's so much out there. What I can tell you is that everything goes on the table with us. We literally put everything on the table, and you're going to get to see a lot of that. So we document all occurrences.
And what that translates to is essentially when we come out and we do these presentations, we've done these presentations at Mothman Festival to hundreds of people and here and several other places. We simply present the data to you. That's it. We don't tell you what to believe. We don't tell you what it is because we don't know what it is. We just know that there is something going on.
I think that was a great introduction as to the current phenomena.
So Beth said y'all's was so much more interesting than anyone else's. I'm partial to my team, but you guys did an amazing job up there. I was falling asleep during everyone else's. We love you, Beth. And this is, Beth is right in there with us in that Bigfoot Researcher of the Year thing. She was crucial in getting that title, and man, it's awesome. I'm still so glad that Beth got to come out to that. But thanks for saying that about the presentation, because we do our best to keep it lively and interject some humor to keep everybody from falling asleep.
Well, we did. I mean, that's the whole thing. And, you know, a lot of people have no idea who we were anyway. So it was great to see the ones who decided to stick around and then actually ask questions
Yeah.
and then follow us back to the table. So
Yeah, at the end of the presentation, you know, we did our typical insurance claim photograph. And, where if you've never been to one, you'll understand when you ever get to see it.
We probably need a cherry picker or something.
But we had over 100 people just in this one little section, and there was a whole other section that wasn't even able to make it into the frame.
You can't see the other section at all. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. People had, I mean, I think that they learned some stuff is what I think. And that makes me feel good.
Sorry, I fell asleep there for a second. What are you guys droning on about?
Absolutely nothing. Not a thing.
Sarah Antel said, I second that, Beth. There were only a couple presentations I was able to actually pay attention for. Wild and Weird WV was one of maybe three. Wow. Yeah, Cliff's another one that does a fantastic presentation. He's really energetic and just puts on a really good presentation. And then we're going to make him an offering plate to pass around at the end.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
If you've ever seen his speech, you'll understand and you know why.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Scott's a great presentation for sure, but the audio setup. So, don't even get me started.
We're not going to talk about that because really that's, you know, that's not ours. So we can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
And yet I had to actually help Travis again.
Yeah.
I guess my official title now is Travis Walton's AV guy at these things. I think that's
yeah. We went and we took care of his AV back in 2019, and then Ron went and did it this time around.
He got it. Him and his son finally got it fixed. But yeah, man, it was. I'm telling you, dude. There's, I don't know. There's ways to do it.
That's right. He sure can sell. But Anita said, Wild and Weird does these great, energetic, data-rich presentations that I just love. Well, we appreciate it.
Well, thanks. Thank you. Next year, I'm going to bring my guitar. No, I'm kidding. We're going to turn it coming back, guys. We're bringing it all back on the road.
Me and Rachel were talking about that on the way home. For net worth 5 minute, and felt Beth, you're using talk to text feature, aren't you? I felt like giving him my shoe at the end. Yeah, that's old Cliff for you. He's hilarious.
But yeah, it was a great show, guys. If you get to do it next year. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If you definitely want to get to come out, we'll be there again. I'm not sure what we'll be doing. We'll be there.
You bring your guitars and I'll sing, Tony said.
Don't you dare tempt me, Tony Breeden. Well, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I've been trying to find members for a while now. Once you stop going out there, you kind of like to get back out there and play again. But I probably wouldn't. It's been so long now. It's like, I
say my itch has gone away to get out and play, man.
Good. I mean, I enjoyed playing. Do not get me wrong. I
like playing. I
hated setting it up. I hated tearing it down. Those parts. I guess the key is to get so good in being a musician that you don't have to do that yourself.
So, would you call your band the Jamie Masson Experience?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all.
Oh man. JD says, I love the evidence y'all put forth between the two types. Thank you. Bigfoot, Littlefoot, great show. Thanks. Yeah, and don't forget, shoot me a message over on Facebook or shoot the page, whichever one you got first, and I'll send you a link to that project that they're doing at North Carolina.
Well, there is definitely, that we wanted to show the correlation. We wanted to show a possible link. And I know there are those who've challenged us for years and have said, why these things aren't related. You're just putting these things together. And, well, are we? I don't know that we are, because there seems to be an enormous amount of data points now that are linking it to that. And you know what was really great about this to me, when we did our presentation, and you asked how many are familiar with the show Skinwalker Ranch, and over half the room, hands went up.
Yeah.
Well,
and
apparently,
then it's like they instinctively knew what I was getting ready to throw at them next.
Yeah, that's that 1.6. Yeah. What is it, to me, that just said volumes. Those are the people who are interested in what we're doing, and they've got an open mind. They're trying to figure out these things, and they're not afraid to throw belief systems, at least set them aside. I mean, not throw them away, but just set them aside while they're doing their research, and just follow the data where it leads them, no matter how uncomfortable it is, as you've heard me say, and you'll continue to hear me say.
This is, I thought it was just one thing until point 1 ended up linking up to point 2345 and 10,000. Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a fact as far as I'm concerned. There's definitely these points that are lining up. Is Tommy?
You know
still
what it
here?
reminds me of? It's like whenever your car starts acting funny and you're in denial there's anything wrong with your car until your car completely breaks down. You're like, yeah, something's wrong with it. Start putting two and two together. If you figure it out early enough, your car won't break down.
That's right. That's right. You make far more believable connections than everything is Nephilim, portals, and vampires. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a song.
James, did we just become best friends?
Nephilim, portals, and vampires is a song. I'm telling you, I'm going to write that.
But
Cody, you're singing it.
I think that was a Rush song. Wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was fun. Cryptid CON's always a blast, and for us, it brings a much needed period of reflection.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
And time to do a thing.
Yeah, it was good times. It was really good times. Last year's was very heavy, and this year's was a lot lighter, and it was still there. The presence was still there, but it was definitely a lot lighter. We had a lot more fun.
Yep.
A ton of more fun. And it was very exciting, just to hear these people tell their stories and their accounts. The one guy who saw, the UFO, the one who had the video that they showed us of the UFO, and the lady who had that picture of that thing in the tree.
Oh yeah.
The little thing.
The little person.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like a dwarf midget.
No.
I'm talking about a Cherokee little people.
Yeah, I was on the reservation.
Really?
Yes, it was amazing. It was in a hollowed out tree.
James says we've talked a bit over on the Discord, so I guess we can be friends. I haven't been on the Discord.
We have a Discord? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I made a Discord forever ago. And I forget it exists.
Sorry.
I'm terrible.
We're keeping it alive over there.
I've got too much stuff over here that I've got to keep going.
Scott says, I hated you guys had to rush through and cut the presentation. Yeah, it happens.
It's all right, man.
It happens. We had to Campbell's condense it, and we managed.
Pretty good job. We kept out some of the the other stuff, but that's okay. I mean, like I said, most of the people who come and find us, they can pick up on that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we had to kind of condense out, but it wasn't anything that was earth shattering or super important to the like whole overarching scope of everything. It was stuff that you can go and just piece together using the data.
Yeah. And how many times did we hear the story about people seeing strange lights and whatnot out there? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, thank you, Beth. We appreciate the kind words. And yeah, I'll go check out the Discord. I'll see what your project is there. So, guys, to give you a heads up, my phone is about to die.
Is that what that beep was?
Yes.
Okay.
So when my phone dies, I will
You're gone. You'll
I'm
disappear.
giving you heads up so that way nobody can blame the MIB.
Disappear.
Okay?
He'll
I'm
disappear,
covering you guys.
everyone.
I'm covering for you all this time.
Well, I'm sure they appreciate that.
Just like dust in the wind.
Just like dust in the wind. Absolutely, just like dust in the wind. Let me see. I can do this. Put this over here. Close this.
Good night, Ike. We love you, brother.
Over here. Pop this over here. Good night, Ike. Pop this over here.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
Appreciate it. All right, let's do that. Let's do invite, present. Oh, and by the way, guys, everybody who has major order your Star Jelly necklaces, those will be coming next week. There was some issues with getting stuff for shipping, and then I only had like 2 days to get everything done after we got back from the road to get ready for all the Thanksgiving stuff that I have to do now. So bear in mind, it'll be coming next week. You'll get it. Present. Here's present.
Go to the fifth dimension, Joe. Bring back a unicorn.
The fifth dimension. Do you know how hard it is to get
We're
there?
skipping the fourth, baby. Well, straight to the fifth.
Man, that's hard. Let's see. Get this. That's the one we want right there. Let's see if you guys can see this. What? You can see the spinny thing, right?
Oh, yep. I see the spinny thingy.
Spinny thing up.
Wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. Teach us the lesson that we should learn. You guys remember that? Did that just bring back a core memory for anybody?
Nope.
Yep.
The Animaniacs, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a strange show.
I loved it.
Strange show.
Star Jelly. 8 o'clock says, Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
We're going to spin this sucker, and we're going to see who wins that Yeti. Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because you guys were the only ones that came back after everything to put your name on the registry. You have an amazing chance.
You got an amazing chance because there were so many who did it. I mean, literally,
there
so
were
many who did it.
We went up almost 100 100 subscriptions over the weekend there, and guys, it's just you guys that are in the drawing.
I don't know how many we went up, but I know that there was enough that people should have, come over to that table and got their names written. Here's the ones who did. So here you go, guys. Spinning it up for you. Cameron Den? Is there a Cameron Den here? Anyone?
Cameron Den, if you're watching, send us your address and we will send you a Yeti. Cameron Den.
I don't see a
Gotta be present to win.
Come on.
Gotta be present to win, old Cameron Den.
Oh man, you're gonna start singing. I ain't gonna play guitar. That's all there is to it. Oh yeah.
You pulling out the Strat?
Oh, I am. Oh yeah. That's what we're doing. He's gonna start singing. I'm gonna start playing guitar. That's just how it's gonna work, guys. I mean, come on. It's a Thanksgiving show. There's all kinds of crazy stuff can happen on a Thanksgiving show. There we go. That's good, right? Oh no. Let's see.
I'm not seeing a Cameron Den popping up, guys.
Come on, Cameron Den. Let's go. Oh dear God. Ah.
Say just a little out.
Just a little out.
Little bit.
Cameron Den. You have been the wind. I don't know. That makes sense. Anyway, Cameron's not here, I don't think.
Nope, I don't think Cameron's here.
All
Cameron.
right.
Cameron did not hit the notification bell.
Cameron, what in the world? Why did you do such a thing?
Ashley, what even is that? Is that a Star Jelly baby?
Star Jelly baby? I think that was a Star Jelly baby. I'm going to spin it again. Y'all good?
Yep.
I'm going to remove Cameron from the.
Spin it again.
I'm removing Cameron first. Oh
Uh-oh,
man!
dun, dun,
Oh
dun.
man! Oh man! Look at this chance. Here we go. And spin.
Hey, I want you to play the Neil Young song, old man.
Noah
Noah Mitchell.
Noah Mitchell.
No initial. Do we have a no initial?
Noah Mitchell. Come
No
on.
initial.
Come on, Noah Mitchell.
Scott Holbrook said, pretty cool that I met a researcher at your table who I've been trying to find for at least 2 years. Synchronicity. That right? Oh, I'm dying.
Oh,
I'm going away. I love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh,
It's going.
It's unfortunate.
I'll be back.
And he's gone, just like that. Well, we can always remember him. He was so brave. Anyway, that's enough of that.
the bravest of us all.
You know, I might actually do that. I might get Dave to come in one night and let's do a whole live concert right here. That'd be great, wouldn't it? No, I'm just joking. So is Noah Mitchell not here for real? Like, no?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
All right, guys. I'm gonna roll it again. This is great. Come on. Tanya, looks like Tanya Cummings on this one. No? Tanya Cummings. Are you out there? Are you out there, Tanya Cummings? If you are, you have just won yourself a Yeti. If not,
Tony, can you hear me?
uh-oh. That was good, man. And now Brandon. Oh, there you go. I would have laughed if it froze you like that. No Tanya, right?
Yeah. That'd be my luck.
I know, right? No Tanya? Seriously?
Don't think so.
No? No Tanya. Hey, Scott, did you just do the thing and nobody played you an animation? That's not cool. Let's do that. Hang on. Tanya's just gonna have to take a back seat for a second because we have to recognize. First of all, I don't know what happened there. It just like stopped.
I
Spin it
think
again.
Tanya's not here either.
All right, spin it again. JD Matthews, are you in the house still? If you are, you are the proud owner of a Yeti from Creature Replica. Are you out there? JD, are you out there?
JD, can you
hear me? That was scary.
Synchronicity.
I know, right?
Hey, that should be your band name, Synchronicity.
Synchronous. No, I'm not going to do that. Come on, JD, are you out there?
Hey, that was an album by the Police.
It was. That's right. There he is. Look, JD Matthews. Look, right here. We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Give him up. Huge round of applause and a huge congratulations to JD. You, my friend, are a proud winner of a Creature Replica Yeti, which is a really cool one. I have one too. And you know, I don't own very many of those. But I do have that one. It's a cool one. Actually, I have another one too. I think I have a Rougarou. I can't remember. But either way, congratulations, my friend. Please message. Let me get this up here for you. I don't know if you still have the business card or not, whatnot. So I'm just going to put this up here. Don't message it. Just send your address. There we go. I'll put that up here for you. I'm going to pull this one down. There's so much to do. This is why when Joe's not here, it's very hard to do this. Let's see. Hang on a sec. Bear with me. I'm working on it. Trying to multitask. It's very hard. There you go. Send. That's not it. Shoot. That's not our web. That's our email. I need our email address, Brandon. Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. I'm just going to
BottomWeirdWV@gmail.com.
Well, I know, but I need to scroll one here. Weird WV at gmail.com. All right, I'm just going to scroll this to the bottom, and that should do it. There you go. Just send your shipping address to that, please, and we will take care of the rest, and we'll get it out to you ASAP. There we go. Make sure you can see that. I'll let that scroll. Now, back to our old buddy Scott, because something happened to the Star Jelly salute there. I don't know what that was, but I'll give you the latest one. I just love that little guy who just like zips down. And what's really funny is I don't know how I did that. Apparently I was going to make them both disappear at the end. And like, when the turkey disappears, they're going to go and just kind of disappear. But only one of them did it. And the other one's just standing there staring still, which is really kind of funny. So it works out on its own. Yeah, I like it. I think it turned out really, really well. That was a fun one. I did that. I did that last night, and that's utilizing one of my alien models that I had made. So yeah, it's really cool. I like that. It's a fun one. I was like, I want a turkey to get abducted. That'll be a cool one for these guys. I love making these little things for you guys because it's always fun. And everyone says, woohoo, congratulations, congratulations. Clap, 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 clap. Congratulations again. Congrats. Everybody's very congratulatory to you, my friend. I wish each of you a great night and an even better Thanksgiving tomorrow. Thank you, Black Tower. Absolutely wish you the same. We made a lot of very cool. Hey, Ike, you're still here. Congratulations. Yeah, just awesome. The abducted turkey is awesome. What's the best turkey? And who's having ham versus turkey? I was going to actually ask something very similar to that, Tommy. Here's the dilemma. So yesterday, I had an early, we've kind of kicked off the holiday early a little bit. So we had a little bit of a dinner yesterday, and it was a really good dinner, but there was no turkey involved. So I have not had turkey yet. I went to a dinner tonight. There was no turkey involved there, but I knew there wasn't going to be. It wasn't Thanksgiving, so it's okay. But tomorrow, I'm hoping at some point I get some turkey because I'm going to want that. And ham, I don't know, man. I like ham as long as it's got to be just right. I like the sweet ham. How about you, Brandon?
Oh yeah, I usually have both.
Okay. Well, you're special, so I don't know. No, I'm kidding. No. Sometimes you do manage to get both, but I don't know what I prefer. I'll be 100% honest with you. It's a hard choice. Congratulations. Getting up dark and early to get a turkey in the smoker. There you go. Oh, man. Smoked turkey, Brandon. You guys ever had that? What's the one? Where you soak it in the salt. That's a good one, too.
Now, whatever you do, please don't attempt to deep fry your turkey tomorrow.
Do what? Don't deep fry.
Yeah.
Deep frying, not cool. We having turkey. Ashley, we're having turkey. Having turkey. Having ham, Ada. I get both ham tomorrow and turkey Saturday. Hey, there you go. There you go. Thanksgiving's turkey, Christmas is ham here, Nikki. Okay. Actually, all my family works Thanksgiving, so it's me and the kiddos. I make a little dinner, and we're going to the movies. Now, actually, that is just a wonderful, honest to goodness holiday memory. So it doesn't have to be a big grand thing. As long as you're with the people, that matter, that's all that matters. And that's awesome. Angie, turkey all the way. Although I would do it turkey and ham, but I don't have a patience for all that. Tony cooks a lot of it. Adam, having me laid a cow for Thanksgiving. As Sky Daddy Matthew McConaughey intended. Okay. Well, there's always someone who stands out, does a little different. Yep. Wow. Sarah, my ex-husband's family would deep fry a whole turkey every Thanksgiving. It was great. You just have to make sure it's completely thawed. Yes, you have to make sure it's 100% thawed. They are
put too much
delicious.
oil.
They are absolutely delicious when done right. When not done right, it is an extreme fire hazard. Extreme. If you've never done it before, I suggest, honestly, this is like someone who just got their first remote control airplane. If you haven't flown it before, get someone to coach you. So if you haven't deep fried a turkey before, don't do it by yourself. Get someone who's had experience with it and done it themselves. And yeah, no frozen. Frozen bad. Frozen very bad. There we go. Yeah, it's better. And do it outside. Don't be stupid. Do it outside. Trust me. And it would be good to have a rated fire extinguisher. I'm just saying these things can happen. Trust me, it happens every year. Bad things happen. That, and don't feed your dogs bones. I think we're going to, this is the PSAs tonight. Don't burn your house down. Don't feed your dogs bones. It's all right. Christmas is a huge deal for the family. There you go. I got to put my lights up. I'm going to do that when I get back. I'm putting my lights up. I'm thankful to get some days off work. Right, Scott. Me too.
I have to hang up the lights this weekend.
Our time off has finally started. Thank you. Just remember, star jelly is not an acceptable topping for ham. That is true. That's true, James. James Thompson.
Tell Joe that.
That is good. I'll have to tell Joe that. Oh, and for you guys who weren't there, the star jelly slime was an absolute hit. It was absolutely amazing. Joe has made an incredible product based off of our insanity, and it's pretty cool. I mean, adults and kids liked it, so it's pretty cool. They had all multiple different colors and had different stuff in it. It was very, very awesome. And it's quite addictive, I'll be honest with you. Oh, I'm making pumpkin cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Oh my gosh. If that's good, you're going to make that for an event one day and you're going to bring it. Trust me. I'm going to make that happen. A pumpkin cheesecake, Brandon. Can you imagine? God, you guys are making me hungry. West Virginia maple syrup and brown sugar over a ham is delicious. Yeah, maple syrup, man. Star jelly is a cranberry sauce in a can of the paranormal world. Okay, that's a lot better than what Joe said it was. All right, Beth's off. She's going to bed. Happy Thanksgiving, Beth. We'll see you out there. Ada. Night, and my kids love star jelly. Yeah, I know, right? The star jelly was a complete surprise for me. Oh, look here, JD Matthews. I made the yellow slaw for my Thanksgiving. You are the first who has actually ever come forward and said, yep, I made something out of the book. Oh my goodness, that is so cool because, and you won too, because we would have probably sent you something just for that. So that is absolutely awesome. And that's amazing. So you've got the book. You got it signed by everybody, right? I think you got everybody's signature in that book now. If that's the case, I think you're one of the few who has the complete set of autographs on that book of everybody who was in it. Because I know I was in it, Dave, Joe, Jamie, and Lyle. So there should be 5 autographs in that book for the complete set. It totally ruins the value of the book completely when you write in it. But people, whatever. I don't know. Got to make a pumpkin pie tomorrow for my mother-in-law. Oh man. Now I'm just, you guys, seriously, that makes me hungry. Whew. So it's going to be a really cool Thanksgiving, I think. And, I'd like to just take a second to really look back at how far we've come here. And look, it's got all the signatures. You've got a complete set. That's awesome. I have that book. Haven't made anything from it yet, though. See, that's what I'm saying. So far, JD has won the race. It's been an interesting year, and again, like I said, we here, Wildwood Radio, Wildwood, West Virginia, are very, very thankful that you guys tune in every week to listen to us. And not only listen to us, you've supported the show. This is more than we could have ever imagined, more than we would have ever could have dreamed up, to be honest with you. I figured we would just come in here and we'd still have to be trying to figure out how to peddle goods and keep this show going. But nope, you guys have stepped up time and time again. And I really, really, really am thankful for each and every one of you. And the ones who have, bought stuff, you're just as valuable as those who've donated, and the ones who share, you're just as valuable as well. Anyone who hits the, hits that copies and pastes that share, that link and shares it with your friends. That's supporting us, and that gets a big, huge thank you as well. And to be honest with you, it's very hard to do this. And I don't mean it's hard to do it as in the fact of, got to get here and do this. That's the fun part. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do to make it happen. There's a lot of content that has to be done. The podcast has to be done. I've got to work on art projects and whatnot to get out there on the road and, to keep the show going out there as well. So anything that takes away and takes that a little bit of that strain off of that is welcome. Trust me. And pretty much all we can do is say thanks. I mean, I don't know anything other way to say it to you other than thanks. I can tell you that we are working on something. We're working on a very interesting project that we'll be talking more about as we get closer to the end of the year. And I don't want to say anything right now because I don't want to jinx the whole thing, but it's something that people have been asking about for a very long time, has wanted us to do for a very long time. And some people are going to be very happy. Others are probably just going to be a little confused, but in the end, I think it's something that needs to be done. It's a natural progression of things. And I believe we're going to be presenting that probably, I'd like to do it before the end of the year. So you're going to get to hear that. What? Adam made the slaw, he said. Great. I added onto it with crushed roasted sesame seed. There's a modification right there. The UAP of the seed world. We're glad you guys are here. Well, we're glad to be here, Tommy. Like I said, we should have a very good update on the current case that Tommy had came on last week and talked about. Hopefully that'll be updated here next week for you guys. We'll be able to get some kind of resolution to that, or even maybe add something more to it, a little more data points to it. I can tell you that it's not unusual. I have talked to another very known researcher, and they have confirmed sightings have been off the charts, literally, and not just sightings of UFOs and UAPs, but of other strange things. So keep your eyes open as we move toward the end of the year. Get out there at night. The skies are very, very clear right now. It's wonderful nights for stargazing and whatnot. As long as it's not cloudy, you're going to get way better resolution when you take those photos. But try to look up, try to see what you see out there, because you just never know. You might be surprised. Anita says no cryptid action here of late, but an uptick in ghost activity. Yeah. Look for orbs. Look for balls of light. Look for, strange things like that. And yes, we are working on getting the paranormal workshop announcement for you guys who are interested. Ashley, I know you're here.
I heard a strange story at work the other day that you guys might find interesting.
What'd you get? What you got?
So this person I was working with, they said that occasionally at night the Siri on their phone will randomly go off, like something's talking to it, and sometimes it'll give answers.
Wait, what now? The Siri gives responses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like someone's like saying it. It's like someone's pushing the button on their phone to activate Siri. It's the way she said it.
Oh, wow. Good night, Scott. And I'm glad you guys, you and Mary, could come over and hang out with us at Cryptid CON. It was a lot of fun. That was a great event, actually.
I think really if a spirit is actually intelligent, it would watch us and see how we use things and figure it out after a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wonder what's going on in her house.
Ashley said it. What? I'm sorry, the audio cut out. We're just talking about the workshop, Ashley. That's all. The paranormal workshop, the next one. I said I expect to see you at it. Not orbs. I hate being annoying at a friend's place, and a return of the ghost horse on my way to work. Alexa does that all the time with me, Brandon. So Adam says that his is doing the same thing. Speaking of that, I had another guy from PA message me, gave details about the creatures, matches everything boys saw down to electric static field. Yes, my friend. That's exactly right. So weird. Every time you start talking, I just hear static. Oh, geez. I think a lot of people hear static when I talk. Folks, Brandon, everyone, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving on your planet, I don't know what they call it. They may call it Glashnina. So happy Glashnina, if that's what they call it. If not, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all eat until you cannot move, and you are thankful, like I said, for the good stuff. Keep it fun. That is important. There's negative. Let's drive out the negative with some positive. And we will be back next Thursday, regular time, 8:00 p.m., regular time. And just make sure you hit that notified, in case we have to drop in and give you a special announcement or something. Because we are watching this Grush story pretty close. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. One more time. I just love seeing him. Down he goes. Brandon, do you have anything important that you need to discuss? Anything coming up?
I did have a new story that just came out a few days ago on a podcast. It's called Chilling Tales for Dark Nights.
Okay.
This episode of Scary Stories Told in the Dark. If you go listen to that episode on their show, on their network, you can hear a new story from me.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and good night, Nikki. Tommy, happy bird day, everyone, or pig day. Oh, speaking of which, before I go off the air here real quick, I got to play, because I'm addicted to VR now, right, Brandon?
Yeah.
I got to play Angry Birds VR on the MetaQuest 3.
That's in VR?
Wow. Dude. I mean, I love it. It's absolutely it's so much fun. It's not even I don't know how to explain it to you. If you haven't got to play it, I really do recommend getting it and playing it. I'm still digging Ghostbusters, Rise of the Ghost Lord. Love that. And if you guys, any of you guys have a MetaQuest, let me know, and I'll add you on there, or look me up. Either way. Ashley, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Nah, just do it. Just do it. It's all good. It's Thanksgiving. Have fun. Have fun and be happy, people. You can send your leftovers to me, Tommy. Happy Thanks, Gaia. Oh, that's cute, Anita. That's cute. Wait, the birds. Birds aren't real, Ashley. Remember? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I appreciate you guys. All right, guys. What VR is on the Christmas list? Hey, there you go. No, it won't be for the kids. Trust me. You'll play it. You will be amazed. It's so different than anything that you've witnessed. If you haven't played it before, you're in for a complete paradigm shift in games. There will be no leftovers at this house. Tony Breeden. I believe that. I'll be trying it out beforehand. Yep, like I said, the kids won't get to see it. See, fair point. There you go. All right, guys. We could go on forever, and I would too, because this is just a great highlight. But I've got to be up early. I gotta leave town, and then I'll be back. Should have, like I said, some updates for you guys next week, and I can't think of anything else. Like I said, I don't do the till next week stuff. That's Joe's spiel. I mean, because I don't know, but I can give you some Nelson says thank you, like a big old ball of blithering goo. Anyway, all right.
That was really cool. That was actually pretty cool.
Oh, you haven't seen that because you've been away. Yep. So what did you miss? Hang on a sec. We got to give Brandon back up to update here. He hasn't got to see the special screens. You got to see the Space Invading jellies, right? You got to see them. Mm-hmm. So maybe that was it. Maybe that's the only one you hadn't got to see. Did you get to see Moth Bless? No, you didn't. All right, I'm going to give him this one, you guys. Say shame on you, Brandon, while I'm doing this. Okay, here we go. See,
I think that's my favorite.
You missed that. You know, complete with the painted in animation there, that Dragon Ball Z landing, with the dust coming up. Yeah, that was all painted. I did that. Yeah, I did that for these fine folk who come out here and brave the internet, all the negativity of the internet, to be a little positive for a couple hours. Bless them all. And I think that's all of them, though. I'll let you see this one more time, because I know everybody likes to see the little alien ducking down. I know I do. And the little, the turkey being sucked up. Makes me happy. All right. I get to watch that forever, but I'm not going to, and I'm not going to subject you guys to it ever again. So until, well, you know what? Can't wait to see what the Christmas one's going to look like.
Oh,
you can imagine. You can imagine. All right, kids, until next week, I'm going to get out of here. Go have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Have fun. Watch yourself. Be careful out there. It's a crazy world. And like I said, just try to keep it positive. And we're going to come back here next Thursday, and we're going to do this again. We will have some news then for you, and we'll have some updates, hopefully on that sighting. And we'll be talking about some more cool stuff. So till then, we're out of here. Good night, everybody. Happy